Hi everyone, and welcome to the channel. My name is Daniel, and since 2017, my wife and I have been investing in real estate together. During that time, we've done over 30 deals, 30 doors, and we've done deals like tax sales, renovate and rent, wholesale properties, and house hacks. In future videos, I hope to cover some of those topics as well and provide you guys content on those. If you are interested in seeing more of that content in the future, please like the video, this video, and subscribe to the channel, and we'll continue to bring you more of those in the future. Today I want to talk about our response to the COVID-19 situation and the documents that we rolled out to our tenants to discuss how we were going to get through this together. First off, I think it's important to understand that there was a lot of conflicting information out there in the news regarding rent, eviction, foreclosure, and housing situation in the United States. So there was a lot of news coming out saying HUD tenants didn't have to pay any more rent, evictions were suspended, mortgage payments were going to be suspended, and so back in March, about March 20th, my wife and I had really been discussing this topic, and we decided that it would be necessary for us to put out a document, a notice to our tenants. This notice to our tenants would just clarify the situation and let them know what was going on, what was expected of them, and what was expected of us as well. We wanted to discuss this information because we know that a lot of other landlords out there, landlords and property managers, are in the same situation. We just wanted to talk about how we responded to it and basically the document that we rolled out to our tenants. So the first goal was to gently correct the misconceptions of what was going on. I say first goal. The primary goal was to not end up on CNN or John Oliver. If you guys have ever seen the John Oliver segment, I think it came out within the past year discussing mobile home parks. He absolutely tore them apart. The goal of our note to tenants was twofold in our mind. One, inform them that rent was still due, and two, make sure that we didn't get on CNN. So we started with the positive news, right? We reached out to them with this posting. It was emailed to most of the tenants to avoid contact, and some legacy tenants that we had, meaning properties that we bought with tenants in them, we didn't have email addresses for, so we ended up posting on their door. Anyway, so basically, bullet point number one was, hey, we're still going to take care of your maintenance during this time. Any maintenance and safety issues, reach out to us. Obviously, if it's something close quarters, we're going to have to schedule that based on the priority, right, with this virus going on. So that was step one. Hey, we're still here. We're still going to take care of your maintenance. We haven't abandoned. Bullet point number two is the reminder that rent is still due. So, and I can actually read here from our document, so that we can continue to provide you with your home and maintenance, the rent is still due. That's just the reality of the situation. Our taxes weren't canceled. Our insurance wasn't canceled. The maintenance isn't going to be canceled. And like a lot of you landlords out there, our mortgage payments were not suspended either. So it was very important for both us and our tenants for us to get through this together for them to pay rent. So that was bullet point number two. Bullet point number three, we provided them with a variety of different options to pay rent. So a lot of the bank hours in our area had changed, which can be difficult for our tenants to get to the bank and deposit their rent into the bank account that we require them to. So we offered them the option to pay rent online. We set up a Square account for them to do that, and we said we would cover that fee during this crisis, during this situation. My wife laughed. She said, "It doesn't matter what cash apps, what apps you have, whether it's Venmo or PayPal or Zelle, somehow the prospective tenant or tenant will always come up with one that you don't have." So we had to set up a Square account, and we did have one tenant that took advantage of that, and we did pay the fee for their rent collection. But, you know, they got the ability to be flexible on their end. If they needed to pay it on a credit card, they could do that. Also, they had the ability to avoid going into a bank. So we felt that that was a good option to provide them with. And then bullet point number 4, we encouraged tenants, you know, if they thought they were going to have an issue with rent, to reach out to their family and friends for assistance. We also provided them with a long list of organizations in the area that could assist them with rent and bills. And you know, my wife wanted me to mention here that was challenging for us to use that verbiage, to use that language of saying, hey, reach out to your family and friends for assistance. But you know, we all need to get through this together, and the reality is, if they don't have their ability to pay rent, we could probably help them out for a month, right? But we can't help them out for 6 months. We wouldn't be able to survive. So it was important for everyone here to kind of work to find solutions. And so we offered them a long list of organizations that could assist them, but you know, they would need to reach out to those organizations, and in addition, they could talk to their family and friends. And then finally, bullet point number 5 was, if you think you're going to have an issue paying the rent this month, please reach out to us. Please reach out and communicate that difficulty and open the conversation. Our plan internally is that if we had someone come to us and say that they were going to have difficulty paying the rent, that we could have some flexibility. So for example, if their rent was $800 and they could only pay $400 a month for each of the next 2 months, we could work with them. We could let them do that. They would have $400 from each month unpaid, so $800 of unpaid rent. Take that unpaid rent and prorate it over the next 10 months, so that to get them caught up, so they just paid an additional $80 a month, hopefully when this thing is all over. A lot of the ideas, the drive to do this actually came from Brandon Turner over at Bigger Pockets, and I have to give him credit there too. That's his idea of prorating the rent over that amount of time. Anyway, my final thought on this is that you know, a lot of people were struggling with their income and struggling with their jobs, but a lot of people weren't. There are a lot of essential employees out there, essential employees. A lot of our tenants are considered essential, and you know, my personal feeling is that really it would be unethical for a tenant that had no income interruption to voluntarily decide not to pay rent this month just because of what they heard in the news. You know, we didn't want someone going out and buying 4,000 rolls of toilet paper and then not be able to pay the rent this month. We felt this communication was very important for both of us to get, you know, both our tenants and us to get through this together. And then obviously, as I mentioned, we have a backup plan to assist those that were in a struggle paying the rent. So anyway, that's how we managed to collect 100% of our anticipated expected rents this month. We were really excited about it. We did have one tenant come to us after she paid the rent, and she said, hey, you know, I was able to pay this month. My hours at work have been cut, and so you know, we're maintaining a conversation with her to see what happens May 1st, and if we have to implement that plan I mentioned about perhaps you know, having a reduced rent for the time being, and then saving that and allowing her to prorate it, obviously at no charge, over the next 10 months or so to help her get through with this. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you got value out of it. If you'd like more videos on real estate related topics, please reach out. Please comment below. Please like and subscribe to the channel, and we'll continue rolling out more videos in the future. I know I've already got some planned discussing some of the deals that I have under contract right now, and whether or not I intend to close on them. So once again, just throw us a like on the video. I know it really helps a lot, and I appreciate you guys joining me today, and we'll see you next time.